The Little Winkle by John David Clark. To Laurie, who said that it was good. To Amy, who said that it wasn't sad or glad, just sort of in the middle. To Jessica Token, who cried. And to Rebecca Joy, who can't read yet, but would love to chew the pages. Forward. This little twinkle of a tale doth love for life and grace instill, and may, I pray, compel to spark thanksgiving in a little heart, which bearing little Winkle's fate may self and God's discretion mate. Now, too, the parents of the child should be reminded all the while that prudent hearts their wisdoms gain much less from pleasure than from pain. Upon a twinkle up in heaven, a Winkle sat up past 11. Looking down at earth somewhere, I wish I were a child down there. I would play as children do, and I would have some best friends too. That's my favorite wish of wishes. I would even clean the dishes. Winkles, see, live all alone, and twinkles are their only home. They blink and glimmer through the night, then disappear in morning's light. Winkle yawned and stretched and said, I just got to get to bed. He wished there were some Winkle mamas to help put on his Winkle jamas, but Winkles wink alone all night. 12, the Winkle clock did strike. And there upon that midnight twinkle fell to sleep the little Winkle. Can you find him? Have you ever stopped to think, what do little Winkles dream? What goes on in Winkle minds when they're in their sleepy times? Let's look in this Winkle's head while he's sleeping in his bed. Winkle dreamed he had a mother, and 2 sisters, and a brother. A Winkle daddy, oh what fun! Then the Winkle clock struck 1. Oh, aren't you glad you have a home and do not have to be alone? And aren't you glad that you can play with friends and family every day? Sweet Winkle dreamed that he could too, but little Winkles never do. And in the twinkle's twinkly flight, asleep in darkened jewel night, Winkle dreams of friends like you. Hark! The Winkle clock strikes 2. Winkle dreamed he rode a horse, which he never did, of course. And as he rode, he drank some tea. Then the Winkle clock strikes 3. And as he slept, the Winkle dreamed of cookies, birthdays, and ice cream, candy canes and bubble gum, giving all his best friends some. Winkle dreamed of grass and sky and sun and sparrows flitting by, and as he watched, he rode a bike. 4 the Winkle clock did strike. Winkle went in dreams to school, met the teacher, learned the rules. I will do the best I can, Winkle said in his dreamland. I will work and I will try. Then the Winkle clock struck 5. Winkle dreamed he saw a lake, and the fish would ripples make, bees and rocks and broken twigs. Then the Winkle clock struck 6. Quickly Winkle woke and then gazed longingly at earth again, then waved to every boy and girl who lives upon this big round world. Time is drawing near for me. When daylight comes, I cannot be. Precisely on the dot of 7, all us Winkles up in heaven disappear from all our twinkles, making room for next night's Winkles. If I were just a little girl, I'd be the gladdest in the world. If I were just a little boy, the world could not contain my joy. But there, in Daddy's lap, you are. And here am I, upon this star. The little Winkle bowed his head and cried upon his bed. Seven. He's gone. So, children, when you look tonight at all the twinkles blinking bright, think about the little Winkles sitting on their midnight twinkles. Soon they'll dream as Winkles do, and dream of being just like you. Conclusion. What riches in our lives there are, 'tis not that way for all. No Winkle sobs upon a star, but tears like his do fall. Oh, some on earth may soar so high that ages laud their name, but all must come down by and by to answer for the same. Low in the vale of thankfulness bloom lasting peace and grace, and they are blessed who take their rest there in that happy place. May we, while on this orb we live, perceive the Winkle lesson, and render thanks to Him who gives to us our every blessing. The end.